Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Yay! Happy birthday!
May the good Lord be with you down every road you roll. And may sunshine and happiness surround you when you're far from home. And may you grow to be proud, dignified and true. And do unto others.
All right, well, this evening I appreciate every one of you coming to share my birthday with me. Turning 16 at 61 is no small feat, but I appreciate it. I am glad that I'm still here, and I'm glad to have wonderful friends and family like you all. So thanks for coming and sharing it with me. Now, what I want to do is just go through each of the 6 decades that passed and share a little bit of my memories about those with you all. Can you hear me? Yes. Okay. So, in my first decade, I remember diapers and rubber pants. Anybody thought about Pampers back then?
So you remember wearing that?
Yes, I remember wearing diapers and rubber pants. And I couldn't wait to get that diaper off when I saw it. Because I didn't like that at all. And then, growing up on the beach, digging out oozers. Who know what oozers are? You know what oozers are? Anybody know what, Justin, you know what oozers are? Oozers. Okay, well, oozers are green. They're green and they look like bees, but they dig holes in the sand. So me and Jeff used to see who could dig them out without getting stung. Only the two fools would do something like that. Sand crabs. You all know what when I say sand crabs, what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
See a sand crab? No? Yeah? Tell me what sand crab look like. Uh-huh. What color? No, like red. They're creamish, like cream colored red sand crabs. Right, know what sand crabs are. So we used to dig those out as well. And their claws are very, very small. So when they grab you, they pinch hard. So we used to dig them out, but the dogs were better at digging them out than we were. Somehow they could do it without getting bit. But every time that me and Jeff tried it, we got a little nip. But we had fun doing it. We learned. I remember pounding almond seeds. Mama would give us a peanut butter bottle to put the almond seeds in. But the problem was, every time I pound one, I ate that one. I would encourage Jeff with his. And we put some sugar in it and we'd have some nice almond treats. And back then we never had no cell phones. And we never had no power wheels. So we used to make our own little pretend cars with a wholesome bakery ice cream cover. As the wheel, we nail that onto a drumstick. Hey Kim, what you saying, man? This is 61 years of being married. But I see your wife to feed you, but mine to feed me too.
I do not feed you.
No, you just feed it. So we had to pretend cars with a wholesome paper ice cream cone nailed onto a grapefruit stick. Shout. And the gear shift was a grapefruit stick stuck in the ground, so we would shift that. And let me tell you something, when you're using this, it ain't no way, man. You can't drive. You can go anywhere you want, unrestricted, no driver's license. And I also remember Dada walking with me on his shoulders, feeding me cornmeal porridge. So I still like cornmeal porridge with lumps in it. So when Sheila make cornmeal porridge, make sure she leave the lumps in it for me. I don't know if she does it, but I still get the lumps. But back then, we also didn't have full-time electricity. So by 9 o'clock at night, when Mr. Scotland went home, you all know Mark Scotland? His grandfather used to operate the power plant right where the Bodnell Civic Center is. So at 9 o'clock when he went home, he shut down the power plant. So it's either you had the breeze coming through the window, or you sweat like hell all night.
Oh, wow.
But it was good, you couldn't dare. Well, we had screen in our windows, but if you didn't have screen, you wasn't there opening. I wonder how Dad and them grew up without screen, and they had to close their windows down at night because mosquitoes back then was worse than when I was a baby. Let me tell you something, they were big horses back then too.
Wow.
Anyone remember that there was nothing we had to do because we didn't have electricity? We had a cistern with a cement tank on the top, and the pipe ran to the house, but you had to pump up the water into the tank for it to grab it to feed into the house. We had a wringer type washing machine, no clothes dryer, wringer type washing machine. Now, I was always cautious, so I didn't play around with it too much. But Jeffrey was more adventurous than me. He liked to find out how things work. So one day, when Mama was out hanging clothes on the line, Jeff decided to turn the wringer on and stick his fingers in it. And it went to his elbow and stopped. And he was all ready and Mama run in. And it had two knobs that he could release it from. But because his arm was so chubby, it was hard for her to get it released. But anyway, she got it released. Thankfully, it didn't break it, but yeah, he didn't play with that one anymore. So he resorted to put sand in the wash tub when she wasn't looking. And when I was 5, I started Savannah Primary. And you see that great tree out front? Well, Miss Flores used to take us under there to read us stories. So that grape tree is still there, and I am old now, but that's older than me. And also with him, oh, you guys are like this one. I only got one spanking in school. So every Friday, we had to clean the classrooms. Them days, you were taught how to work as well. So we had to sweep and clean the classrooms. And there was this girl that had liked me. So when we were cleaning, she kissed me on the cheek. And I kissed her back. And the teacher saw it. And I got my first and only spanking at school for kissing her on the cheek. And my first trip to the back was in my first 10 years of life. And I had never seen a mountain or a hill or anything so big. But I saw the bluff, and I was fascinated with this bluff. I didn't get back until I was 16, but that always stayed in my mind. I had to go to Kimbra. Okay, so that's my first 10 years. Now years 11 to 20, those were good years too. We set fish pot, we always got fish. We spent all summers fishing and swimming. I was really two-toned. My back was dark brown, and my belly was, well, like it is now. But it wasn't that fat. And then we got introduced to chores at home. So I had to mow lawn, paint house top, wash dishes, clean bathroom, make bake, clean and polish the car. Then Jeff and I got into repairing the cars, rebuilding motors and transmissions. I enjoyed that. And then I moved on to high school and started working in the canteen. And that's where I got hooked on chili. And I still love chili. Beef chili. But any chili will do still if you not got beef. And I have another joke. our PE teacher used to make us do what you call cross country. So we would come out of high school, run down Walker's Road till we got to South Sound, go around South Sound, come back down through Denham Thompson Way, and go back to high school. Well, this day, me and Panan and a few others were feeling a bit mischievous. So we decided we weren't going to run that whole distance. We were going to shortcut through the bush and come up by Bigelow Nursery. Well, that meant going through Buddy Bush Field. And we didn't know Buddy Bush had one old bad bull. So when we get about halfway across the field, we hear this snort and we see this bull coming. You hear about 4 fellas running fast. We ran so fast when we got near that chain link fence. All we did was flat on the ground, roll underneath the chain link fence. Got up, took off running again. That bull just hit that fence. Oh, we were frightened. And guess what? When we got up by Bigelow Nursery, guess who will come in? The teacher. You know what he made us do? He made us run that whole route again, and he drove behind us. She never prospered. Okay, and then I went to work construction in the summer with Mr. Roy, and
What decade are we talking about now?
11 to 20. Okay?
It's the second decade.
Yeah, second decade. So during the summer now, I was working with Mr. Roy, and for some reason people trust me. So Mr. Roy would send me to the office because we were building that at school. So he would send me to the office now to pick up the pay packets. Then days there was no check being written or nothing. So at the office with Sheila, I would go to Sheila every week and pick up the pay packets for all the workers. Okay. Okay. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, Tom.
So I go to Sheila, pick up all the paychecks, and take them back to Mr. Roy, and that was it. And that's the first time I ever met Sheila, but nothing ever ring, nothing ever clicked. She just did her job and I did mine. But years later, that would change. So anyway, I joined the police in September. I met her in August. So yeah, so before I get to the police one now, it was August now. My mother asked me to go to AY Town. And when I went to AY Town, I see Sheila leading out in AY, singing and playing piano and this kind of stuff. So I was impressed. So I asked Ernest who she was. Ernest said he not telling me. So I said, no problem. So when it was done, I went down and introduced myself. And she was very interested, this young, bright, handsome fella, interested in her. So I asked her her name, she told me, and I asked her how old she was. She said, well, you faced it. Well, of course, you know, in them days, you want to make sure that they're old enough because you don't want to get beat. And I asked her where she lives. She said, I ain't telling you that. I said, no word. That's all right. I know you need now. I'll find you. So I went home, told King Bush. King said, I know where she stay because I checked the girl next door. Let's go. So me and him jumped in his mother Maverick. We went back there and knocked on her door. And she asked, like, oh, you found me so quick? And I asked if she had a boyfriend. She said, yeah. I said, well, he is straight. But you know, she never let go. So the boyfriend was his friend. And then I joined the police in September '83. And those were some wonderful years. I met some really good friends. Brad became like a brother to me. In 1995, me and him met, and he took me my first trip to 12 Mile Banks with Brad. And he showed me how to catch wahoo, dolphin, and tuna. And we had many decades of fishing after that. Met Kim Evans, and again, we became very, very close. Brad and I, we have a lot of stories. I remember one time we were trying to catch one drug dealer. I said, remember two times we were trying to get drug dealers, and 2 times these guys go to pee, and Brad got screenshot because they're peeing right beside him. Thank God they didn't catch him, but You know, we both laughed off at that, like, boy, they targeting you, huh? But we still got them. We still got them. We had some good times. Then I started doing pilot training. So me and Jeffrey, we decided we were going to learn to be pilots. We did the ground school and a couple hours of flying. And the first time that I landed, I hit her so hard she went about 20 feet up in the air after that. Did a couple hours of that, and then I had to decide whether I was going to put the money on that or build on a house. And I needed a house because I had Krista as a little toddler. So flying went out the window and worked on a house, and by the time I was 21, we were in it. Didn't have any curtains, so Sheila put sheets up for curtains, but we had a bed, and we had a stove, and we had a table. So yeah, and then it just went from there. I had learned to listen to older folks, and I will impart 3 pieces of advice that I was given. So when I joined the police force, the superintendent told me, listen, take the pension, don't take the gratuity. Because if you save it, it's still ain't gonna do you when you retire. And you most likely won't even save it. So I took the pension option back then. I am very grateful I did that. I am very thankful I did that. I'm very grateful to him for pointing it out. And Daddy told me, he said, you are responsible to provide for your family. So make sure you have all your children under the roof, under one roof, and you look after them. So I was grateful for that advice. I lived up to that. And Mommy's instructions was, don't put your hat higher than you can reach. Never borrow from a friend, and never take things on credit. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. Never borrow for unnecessary things. Never spend more than you make. Stick with your budget, and always save a little bit for a rainy day or an emergency. Don't follow the Joneses. So not because the Jones got something big and elaborate means that you got to do it. Live within your means. So that was Mama's instructions to me. I live with that. Okay, so that's the next decade. So for the third decade now, we're getting there. Third decade, I had to plan out my future and what I want to have accomplished by 55, because back then, senior citizen was 55. So I figured, well, I'm going to retire when I'm 55. I'll be a senior citizen. Boy, you did fool me. I've been chasing senior citizen for the last... I can't even count that much now. But when I reached 55, they moved it to 60. When I reached 60, they moved it to 65. And I ain't reached 65 yet. So probably by the time I reach 65, they'll move that to 70. So I'll never be a senior citizen, so I'll stick to 16. But during the third decade, like I said, I planned out the future, and my police career got very interesting. I worked with the fraud department. We did a lot of fraud cases. I did a lot of traveling, learned a lot of stuff, and then I moved into uniform. That's where I met Brad Westby, and we did a lot of drug stuff and all other kinds of cases. Then we went to the BRAC in 2001, and we cleaned that up the same way. And then I also did major incidents, so that was another interesting training. And then I went to work intelligence before I retired, so that was great. Hurricane Gilbert came along in that third decade, and also it was the first time I went to England. I had never felt cold in my life, never been in 55-degree temperatures. When I stepped out of the airport, it took my breath away. I ran back inside like, boy, how do I get used to this one? So all the time I was there, I always looked for the heaters. I had the heaters on the wall, and I would sit with my back up to that heater. Oh, and that's how I got warm. It was awful. But then as I got older and got fatter, cold don't really matter to me now. Not too much anyway. I still don't like it full time, but I can bear it now. got some blubber on me. I remember the first time I went to Pikes Peak, Colorado, and I touched the snow, and I exclaimed, "My God, this is cold!" Never felt snow in my life. So I had a lot of nice learning experiences from all of that. And my fourth decade, now going toward the 1 to 40, was when I had to post in the Cayman Bracken and decide, you know what? We need to get a piece of land up here. And I searched, but nobody wanted to sell land then. Eventually they did. So both Brad and I, we got our pieces of land. So when he retires, we're gonna hang out up there and go fishing too.
From the red picture, enjoy. That's alright.
Oh, sorry, Pedro.
That's alright.
I am sorry,
You can't
Pedro.
go back on your words.
I didn't finish. You didn't give me a chance to finish. So Pedro, when you retire, we're gonna fishing too.
See, that changes right so fast.
We gonna retire up on the front, right? And Sheila and Jessica gonna cook fish, fried fish and bake bread for us. Alright, we got it. You're gonna get for it.
Go back to your lectern.
Pass it back here. We'll see they come in the too. And Lauren, Uncle Ivan got places too.
Not me in the black darling.
Eric's gonna be right there in Little Cayman, so we can go across to him as well. Fishing out there really good. Sandra and Mike, they're inviting us to come to Ecuador. So, where they stay, the temperature is always 55 degrees.
55, 65, that's the medium.
Yeah, so you're never warm, always cool. Like I say, always cool. Cool. Yeah, and then we had a lot of trips. Ezekiel and Jesse and Pastor Rocky and Rose and Sandra and Mike. Who else went with us? So we did cruises, we did a trip to Camporee, and those are some really good experiences as well. And my last water skiing trip was when I turned 50 with Jeff. He operated the boat, Sheila the camera, and I did the skiing. Brad came to the party, he did Jesse. Jesse made a candy card for me. And a long term memory is good, you know. That's short term one that I had trouble with. Can't find a drawer for that. And I decided I was gonna go at 60 again. And me and Jeff had agreed on it, but before Jeff passed away, before I reached 60, so I came across a picture yesterday with the skis in the storeroom, and Jeff was sitting on the couch right by it. And I said, you know what? That's it for me in skiing. I keep them in his memory, finish my skiing. I'm not gonna do it again. Now my last decade, 51 to 60, I worked at the port, and I had some wonderful friends there, Will, Sandra. I remember Sandra retired, and I needed someone for HR.
Oh, sorry.
I called Sandra, and she said, I'll come and help you out till I get my citizenship for Ecuador. And thankfully, she came along, and that really helped out quite a bit.
2 months.
Yeah. And Bill and I, we had some real tough days there, trying to put things in order. When I first went, I also worked along closely with Border Shipping, that's Eric. And we made some milestones there. We introduced the pre-clearance, which got the ships in quicker. People got off quicker and they could enjoy themselves. So
Thank you.
I made some lasting friends. So everybody that's here are like family to me.
You have a wonderful birthday.
I had a wonderful birthday.
Yes.
I appreciate you guys coming and sharing it with me.
Thank you.
So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Tell Jonathan I'm sorry that he's not feeling well,
Yes,
but
okay.
hopefully he does shortly.
Bye, everybody.
And it was during that time when I retired for the second time. And since that, I've had a lot of retired force community, and we all stick together. Sandra and Mike, Will, Eric Sonka, Pastor Jackie and Rose. So we,
That's what we
it's gonna be there too. Listen, we cruise and we travel and we enjoy time together. Just go on the beach and sit down and cook up. Rather looking forward to when you retire, especially back in the rock. Because I ain't nowhere near as good at fishing as he is. But I tell you, and now that I'm on to the next decade of 60 and 70, I look forward to these young ones getting married, starting their families, building their community franks now so that their kids have an environment to play in like we created when you all were growing up at Homewood Schools. I am especially looking forward to one particular meeting, and I'm looking forward to my next set of grandchildren. So I can't wait. I am looking forward to that in this next decade of life. So looking forward to that. I want to say thank you to each one of you for taking the time to come and share this moment with me. Having reached this age, material things don't matter anymore. What counts is the moments and the experiences that I have with each of you. That's what counts. And I want to enjoy as many of them as I can while I am still alive. So thank you all for coming, and may each of you live a long, long time too. Right? So the older I get, the cuter I am. Pedro's gonna do a song for me. So,
Joey asked me to play and sing a song for him, so I'm going to do that. But I just want to read something quickly for you. Actually, let me tell you a joke. You know, I heard of a called Porter, and he said he used to go out and every day he would sell every book that he had in his case. In fact, he got so good that everybody would say, "Well, what's going on? How is it that we go and we don't sell all of our books, but every time you sell all of your books?" And the guy used to stutter. No disrespect to anybody if there's anybody here that stutter or anything, but he said, "Can you explain to me what is it that you do?" He said, "Well, I just knock on the door, right?" And he said, "When the people come out, I said, well, would you like to buy one of my books?" And he said, most times they will say yes, but he said if they say no, I said, well, could I read for you then? Okay, Joey. You average about 6 minutes per decade. So this I'm going to give you a short sermon. Here's what it says, right? A satisfied life is better than a successful life. You know why? Because our success is measured by others, but our satisfaction is measured by our own soul, mind, and heart.
Yeah. Everybody knows I satisfied.
Joey, you come on the other side of that. Yeah, that's better. I thought you say you had a backup guitar player and singer.
That was Michelle, but I don't know where. She pressed the what, Michelle? Chris, sing it.
The older I get, the more I think. You only get a minute to live while you're in it. You're gone in the blink. And the older I get, truer it is. That line is, it's the people you love, not the money and stuff that makes you rich. And if they found a fountain of youth, I wouldn't drink a drop. That's the truth. Funny how it feels, just getting to my best years yet. The older I get, fewer friends I have. Stay with me, Juliet. But you don't need a lot like the ones that you got. I've always got your back. And the older I get, the better I am. Going into gifts and when it's just not give a damn. If they found a fountain of youth, I wouldn't drink a drop, and that's the truth. Funny how it feels, just getting to my best years yet. The older I get, I don't mind all the lines, from all the kinds of laughs and cries, souvenirs and little signs, the life I live. The older I get, the longer I pray. I don't know why, I guess that I got more to say.
6 minutes of decade.
And the older I get, the more thankful I feel for the life I've had and all the life I'm living still.
Thank you, Bedford. So, folks, thank you all very much. Appreciate every one of you coming. I might have been long-winded there, but that was good enough. But anyway, thanks so much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Much appreciated.